It was our third night in the new house. The moonlight poured in through the half-open window, and I woke to the sound of whispers. I turned to my husband. He wasn't in bed. I found him in the hallway, shirtless, barefoot, muttering numbers under his breath as he scratched something onto the wall with a pencil. "Ethan?" I whispered. He turned slowly, but it wasn't Ethan. His eyes were distant, unfamiliar. He smiled a crooked, eerie grin and said in a voice colder than winter, "You shouldn't be awake yet." I froze. The next morning, he didn't remember a thing. And that was just the beginning, because the next night, he changed again, and this time, he wasn't alone. I started locking the bedroom door. That night, I woke to tapping. 3 slow taps at our second-floor window. Impossible. I pulled the curtain, and there he was, Ethan, outside the window, smiling. But Ethan was sleeping right next to me. I turned to him, or what looked like him, but now he was sitting upright, eyes wide open. "You shouldn't have looked," he whispered. The tapping got louder, faster, then suddenly, silence. When I opened the curtain again, the window was empty. The next morning, there were muddy footprints under the window, and they weren't Ethan's size. I searched the attic for answers. I found an old wooden box with Ethan's name carved on the lid. Inside was a journal. The handwriting changed every few pages, some elegant, some scribbled, some barely readable. Each entry was signed by a different name: Leo, Jasper, Nolan, Elias, Rain, Silence, and then Ethan. 7 personalities, I whispered, 1 for each day. The last entry read, "If she finds this, it's already too late. Elias comes on Thursdays. Lock the knives." It was Thursday night, and the kitchen drawer was already open. I hid in the bathroom, trembling, clutching the journal like a shield. Elias, was in the kitchen. I heard drawers slamming, cabinets creaking, the sound of metal scraping against wood. Then, silence. "Elias?" I called, stupidly. A cold voice responded, "I don't like being watched." The doorknob rattled, slowly, then violently. I pressed my back against the door, whispering, "Please don't do this." And just when I thought it would break, the door went still. No sound. I waited. 5 minutes, 10, 15. Then I opened the door. The hallway was empty, but written on the wall in blood-red ink, "Friday bleeds blue." The next night, he didn't scream or growl. He just sat by the window and cried. He cried for exactly 1 hour. No words, just tears. A blue light flickered from the hallway, and every mirror in the house fogged. I sat beside him and placed my hand on his. "Who are you tonight?" He whispered, "The one they left behind." I asked, "Who left you?" He looked up. "You did." Before I could speak, he passed out. The blue light vanished, and the fog in the mirrors revealed something written on the glass. "You were supposed to forget us." But I hadn't forgotten everything. There was a memory buried in my mind, and it was starting to surface. The next morning, I woke up alone. Ethan was gone. The blue fog from last night had seeped into the hallway, thick like smoke. On the mirror near the staircase, something new was written. "Remember your name."
But it wasn't addressed to Ethan. It was for me. I touched the mirror, and the moment I did, a flash of memory hit me. A little girl standing in a field, a burning house, a boy calling her name. The name wasn't mine. It was Elira. And I suddenly realized that wasn't just his curse. It was our curse. I was part of this long before I met Ethan, and the mirror had more to show me. That night, I followed the mirrors. Each one in the house now reflected something slightly off. In one, I looked older. In another, I wasn't alone. And in the full-length one near the attic, Ethan was staring back at me, except he had no eyes. Then I noticed something I had never seen before. A door inside the mirror. I touched it and the glass rippled. I stepped through, and suddenly I was standing in a room I had never seen. Walls covered in broken clocks, 7 chairs in a circle, each with a name tag. Leo, Jasper, Nolan, Elias, Rain, Silence, Ethan. All were empty, except one. And it wasn't Ethan sitting there. The man in the chair smiled and said, "Finally, you're home." "I've been waiting," he said, his voice deep and tired. "Who are you?" I asked. He stood and walked slowly toward me. "I'm the first, the one who started the chain. They call me Rain." He looked just like Ethan, but older, more damaged, like time had weathered him differently. Rain explained that the personalities weren't random. Each one held a part of a memory, my memory. Because long ago, Ethan wasn't a stranger to me. We were bound in a ritual. "You were the anchor," he whispered. "You broke us. You scattered us. I couldn't have. You had to. We were too dangerous." He handed me a photograph, a girl and 7 boys standing in a circle of candles. I was the girl, and standing behind her in the photo was someone else. Someone with my face. The girl in the photo looked exactly like me, but the expression in her eyes was something I couldn't explain. Cold, ruthless, powerful. Rain said, "That was you, before you gave it all up." He showed me the original journal, not Ethan's, mine, written in red ink. Every page a spell, every page a warning. If I ever forget, let the 7 carry the memory until I return. The curse wasn't on Ethan. It was on me. And they were my guardians, not his personalities. I had split them, bound them to him, and then forgotten everything to escape what I'd done. But now, I was remembering, and Ethan was losing control. Because without me to hold the balance, the 7 were breaking free. And one of them, Silence, didn't want to go back. That night, Ethan didn't wake up, but something else did. The lights flickered, the room filled with a high-pitched hum. I found Ethan lying in bed, eyes open, unmoving, not blinking, not breathing. Then he sat up, but his mouth never moved, and yet I heard the words inside my head. "You should have stayed asleep." Silence wasn't like the others. He wasn't angry. He wasn't sad. He was empty. And he didn't want to be returning to being a part of me. He wanted to be the only one. He wanted control. And as I backed away, the lights went out. All at once. In the darkness, I felt cold fingers wrap around my neck, and silence whispered for the first time aloud, "You forgot why you ran." And I was starting to remember the thing we locked away.